Welcome to the first episode of Drover's TV. I'm John Hamilton.
And I'm Terry Apostle. Drover's TV is the latest offering from Drover's, America's beef business source.
Every 2 weeks, we'll present the latest cattle industry news, covering everything from market perspectives and business commentary
to animal health, expert tips, and new product features, all in less than 10 minutes.
We've got a full show to start.
So here's a look at what's coming up.
The NCBA restructures in a big way.
Randy Blach shares an economic forecast.
And in our Drover-to-Drover segment, Dallas Horton talks about the importance of feed conversion.
Drover's TV is proudly brought to you by the makers of Rest Floor Gold. See a difference in one dose. For more information, just click on the banner below this player.
The NCBA is set for major restructuring. The association will move from a 274-member board to just 29 board members this year. The recommendation came from the Governance Task Force Committee, headed by former NCBA President Jan Lyons back in December. Lyons says there are several reasons the committee recommended the change.
But with this new integration, we're going to have a smaller board. We're going to have a very responsive House of Delegates that will feed into that board and will elect that board. That House of Delegates is going to be comprised of people from all the state affiliates, all the state beef councils, other product council and breed associations and others who want to participate in this process and in this organization. So our task force gave our final report, if you will, to the board, and it was approved. In that final report for this structure concept, and we did deal with just the structure concept. We did not get into all the details of how everything was going to work. Included in that, we included a recommendation that we now go forth with working groups, new eyes, if you will, to add the detail that is needed to this structure. Those details would include things like rewriting the bylaws. They would involve the policies that as how committee work would be done. There will be a working group assigned to look at the investment schedules and how that will play out in this new organization. And then finally, looking at the timeline of how we have implementation. So actually the final vote on this whole new structure will take place in July at our summer conference in Denver. And so with that final vote, then implementation will be able to begin and kicked off at that point.
Consumer trends play a key role in the cattle industry, something Lucinda Williams, chairman of the CBB and a dairy beef producer, is very familiar with. She is 12th generation on her family land and now shares her thoughts on BQA.
Well, certainly beef quality assurance is very important, particularly I think right now for the dairy beef producers. I think that sometimes we're so busy paying attention to the dairy portion of our business and producing milk, very high quality, nutritious product. Sometimes we tend to forget a little bit about the importance and the value to us about the beef side of our business. The better we can maintain that beef product through beef quality assurance, the more profitable we will be, and certainly the better product we're able to bring to our consumers.
Well, it's time to take a quick break on Drover's TV.
Up next, 2 new products to help packers with the food safety process.
Welcome back. Rob Ames, Associate Brand Manager for Elanco Food Solutions, shares 2 new products today. Both products can support the overall food safety process for packers. Take a look.
We've just announced the launch of 2 products. One is the first of its kind bacteriophage, which is a pre-harvest intervention applied to live animals to the hide to reduce the load of E. coli 0157H7 prior to that animal entering the processing facility. And the industry has known that the hide is the #1 source of E. coli contamination that could occur in a processing plant. So when we apply this product to those live animals, we're keeping it contained and reduced outside of the facility and really aiding in the overall food safety process for that packer. The other product that we have is a carcass rinse, which actually can be inserted into their regular process of washing a carcass, but has been proven by USDA to be antimicrobial. So we're very excited about its potential and just adding something in addition to what's already there, but really providing that added assurance that we can reduce microbial load.
In this installment of Ranch Management, we speak with Wayne Fashholtz, president of Padlock Ranch, on natural product sales.
One of the things that's happening now with particularly the upscale markets that are selling natural product is that they're really concentrating on animal welfare. And they're asking lots of questions about how we do business or how we take care of the animals. And they're beginning to institute standards that they believe are correct, and that they want to be able to audit in some way and be able to tell their customer that their animals are taken care of. How could you not want animals to be taken care of well? So if you're standing in a supermarket doing a survey and you say, would you like the cows to be happy? What's the answer? They want them to be happy. They're well taken care of. And so it's hard to dispute that people aren't interested in that. To what level is the next question.
Drover's managing editor John Madej had a chance to talk with CattleFax CEO Randy Blach recently about trends we can expect in the next year.
Obviously, the last couple of years have been challenging times in the industry, especially when we look at the demand loss that we've experienced out here. Most of that demand loss has been at food services. Consumers have been more frugal with their money, and savings rates are increasing, so we've seen a tremendous change in eating habits. People aren't eating out as much, they're eating more at home, they're buying more of their product at retail, and we think that trend is going to continue here for another 12 to 18 months. I think it's very possible that it's going to take some time for this demand side to really start to turn. You know, we've had supplies continue to decline. Our inventory numbers continue to shrink. We've got a lot of capacity out here chasing a smaller supply of cattle. Our weights have continued to increase, which has offset some of the numbers decline. This last year, we came through a year where we had record heavy carcass weights. So we think weights will moderate some in 2010. They'll still be up a few pounds for the year, but we won't see 8 or 10 pound increases on a year-to-year basis like we experienced in the last year.
Our Drover-to-Drover segment will bring you thoughts and ideas from your colleagues. In San Antonio, Dallas Horton, DVM and president of Horton Cattle Companies, shared his thoughts on feed conversion.
I predict in the next 10 years, the most economic important trait for you ranchers selling your calf will be, do you know the feed conversion of your calves or the feed conversion of your bulls that sired these calves? I think that'll be more important than whether they're preconditioned or whether the marblings, how are they going to marble. Now, I'm not saying to get rid of those. We still need to do it all.
Speaking of San Antonio, here's a look at just a few of the highlights from the 2010 Cattle Industry Annual Convention
and NCBA Trade Show. Thanks for joining us today. We'd love to hear your thoughts on Drovers TV. To reach us, just click on the Contact Us tab right above this player.
We'll be back in 2 weeks with more coverage from the Cattle Industry Convention in San Antonio.
That's right. Producers who attended the event share their experiences with Drovers TV.
We will see you then.